Here are my top 10 games of 2018. Let's go! Number 10, Monster Hunter World. When I first played Monster Hunter World, I initially gave it a mixed review for feeling it to be too repetitive. I confess that at the time I reviewed it, I had only played about 30 hours of it, but over the course of this year, I sporadically went back to it, and over time spent a total of 120 hours, more than any other game I've played this year. During this long time, my opinion of the game has improved. Even though I still think it's a little repetitive and grindy, and deserves more variety between all the mission types, I loved playing this with other people. It was probably my favorite co-op experience this year. But my praise for it doesn't just stop there. I love how much detail was given to the game, the environments, and the weapons, and how every weapon works differently. The soundtrack is amazing, and this is also one of the most well-made games of this year, free of any technical issues. In regards to that alone, this deserves a spot on my top 10 list, no matter how much this game hates me. Number 9, Bloodstained Curse of the Moon. I am sad that we didn't see Ritual of the Night released this year, but at least we've been blessed to receive Bloodstained Curse of the Moon, an 8-bit throwback to one of the greatest platformer series of all time, Castlevania. This short but very sweet $10 game offers that same gameplay for those who miss the old days of the NES, and also offers both hardcore and casual modes, giving the option for both experienced and inexperienced players to enjoy the game their own way. Oh, it also has plenty of hidden areas and an intriguing amount of replay value. For only $9.99, need I say more? Number 8, Kingdom Come Deliverance. This is perhaps the most controversial game on this list, simply because it's the only game on here that didn't exactly get good reviews. It was very buggy when it came out. It may still be, but it doesn't stop how much I love and appreciate this game. It's a hardcore medieval survival game where every stab you take can cause you to bleed to death, and every decision you make can have strong repercussions across the entire playthrough. More so than most open world games claim they do. The story can be emotional, and the voice acting is mostly great. Considering this huge game was made on a relatively low budget, I tend to give it a free pass on its technical flaws. Kingdom Come Deliverance is a bold, interesting, and unique take on the open world RPG genre. After playing it for myself, I think its success of what it was trying to be was well worth the risk.
Why did you do it to me, Father? Why? Why did you leave me? Forgive me. Forgive me for everything. Next time I won't run. I'll never run away again. I'll find the one who did this to you. I remember his face. I'll find him.
Number 7, Shadow of the Colossus. A lot of people might disqualify Shadow of the Colossus for being on any list or category this year, probably because it feels more like a remaster than a remake, but it is technically, in fact, a remake. Blue Point Games did an exceptional job recreating it from the ground up with their own engine and assets, giving a massive improvement to the graphics and modernizing the control scheme. For those who missed out on it the first time around, this remake is the best way to play one of the most breathtaking experiences in the history of video games.
6. Soul Calibur 6.
Many people may not agree with me when I say that Soul Calibur 6 is the best installment in the series since at least 3, way back in 2005. The way the story is told may not be that entertaining, but at least it's there. Between Soul Chronicle and Libra of Soul, this game offers dozens of hours of story. On top of the arcade mode, the online mode, and a really extensive fighter creation, this is the biggest Soul Calibur game to date. The fighting system is also probably the best since Dreamcast. The controls are extremely responsive and the input precise. It's been ages since I've had this much fun playing a fighting game, and it's one of the very, very, very few that I believe is worth full price.
Show me what you got. What?
If this is all you have, then your fate is to die here.
Number 5, Detroit Become Human. Like all games in the interactive drama genre, Detroit isn't really much of a video game, but what it does do, it does phenomenally. The voice acting is among the best of this year, the graphics are probably the best graphics of the year, the writing is very well done, and I don't think I've ever witnessed more replay value and branching decisions that change the direction of the entire game as well as Become Human has accomplished doing. In that regard, it's probably the best interactive I've ever played based on how heavy your choices carry your story.
They killed our people, Marcus.
We want justice, Marcus.
They have to pay.
You don't have to do this. No. Please. Please.
It's up to you to decide.
Number 4, Dead Cells. Damn, I love this game. Dead Cells is the first roguelike game I've ever tried. Perhaps if it wasn't, maybe this wouldn't be as high as it is on this list, though I kinda doubt there's a better one out there right now. Dead Cells gameplay and combat are practically flawless. It's challenging, but also very rewarding. Each death takes you all the way back to the beginning, but lets you keep all your upgrades that you've bought between stages, making you feel like your chances of conquering the game get better and better with each attempt. It's daunting, it's brutal, and it's simply an amazing game, and my personal favorite indie game of 2018. Number 3, Red Dead Redemption 2. Why wouldn't this be on here? Number 2, Marvel's Spider-Man. Why wouldn't this be on here? Spider-Man? What's he doing on here? He is a menace to our once great city. Who cares if he made probably the best superhero game of all time? This makes me look bad. I'll tell people not to buy Spider-Man's game, but they will anyway. Why? Because bad media are giving it good reviews, like this poor incompetent YouTuber right here. This is fake news, people. I don't need to play it for myself to know the truth. Ignore this number 2 spot of the best game of the year. This is J. Jonas Jameson taking a break to check my blood pressure. I'm sure Spider-Man has something to do with that as well.
Love seeing you two together again. You always were my favorites.
Number 1, God of War. There were a lot of great games this year. There were games with great combat, great platforming, great visuals, great sound, great music, great acting, great storytelling, great world, great presentation, you name it. But God of War is the one game this year that had all of the above. Truth be told, this has always been my game of the year. Actually, it's probably in my top 10 favorite games of all time. I'm not joking. There really wasn't any moment that didn't put me in awe of how mind-blowing it all still is to me. Kratos teaching his son to fight while trekking to the highest mountain to scatter the mother's ashes was a journey unlike any other. I think God of War is deserving of the number one spot the most, as I feel it to be the most groundbreaking game of the year. My only regret is not reviewing this masterpiece, because it definitely would have been a 10.
Do not be sorry. Be better.
Oh, there do they call to me. She's ready.
Find your way home. You are free.
Well, that was my top 10 games of 2018. Hope you're satisfied. What are your favorite games of this year? My phone and my webcam are both broken now, so I can't make any more videos. So I think my life is over now, and I'm gonna jump into a black hole and say bye. Bye! Whee! The Gamer Gods!